What's up guys, it's Jay, MorninAfterKill, and I'm back here with some more Borderlands pre-sequel news and information. If you've been following my channel, you'll know that last week was E3, and this week we've been taking all the information that's come out of E3 about Borderlands the pre-sequel, and we've been compiling it into easy to find videos for you guys. So if you're looking for certain information about a certain character, I'm trying to make it easy and simple for you guys to find the information that you want to know about. And we've already taken a look at one of Wilhelm's entire skill trees. That's actually the Cyber Commando skill tree. You can check that out on my channel if you haven't seen it already, because we will be referencing it a little on later inside this video. But a few skills from Athena's newly revealed Saronic Storm skill tree was a video that we put up just the other day, and now, after tracking down the final few skills that I have been missing, I have finally compiled an entire skill tree for Athena's Phalanx skill tree, which will be based around her Aspis shield, which 2K has been showing off quite extensively. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first skill on this tree, and that's going to be called Vanguard. And quite simply, this skill will give Athena damage resistance and health regeneration while using her Aspis shield. So hopefully the damage resistance in the pre-sequel will be a little bit more useful than it was inside of Borderlands 2, but right away, having an early tier skill with some health regeneration is really nice, because damage resistance isn't really necessary early game, but transfusion grenades and healing items are still pretty rare, so having a healing skill right off the bat is probably a pretty good idea. But the next skill in her skill tree is called Photos. I'm probably saying that wrong too. So this is her basic fire rate and movement speed increase while using her shield, and it's nothing really special there. So we're gonna go ahead and move down into the next tier, and we have another straightforward skill that is called Hold the Line. Now, Hold the Line, it lengthens the duration the Aspis shield is active before it's automatically thrown. So 5 out of 5 in this skill puts it at an extra 10-second duration to soak up some of that damage before tossing at an enemy. But it also tells us that even if you don't throw the shield when you're using it, at the end of its duration, Athena's gonna automatically throw the goddamn shield anyway, so you might as well have a contingency plan to aim this shield in a direction that's gonna fucking hit somebody. So, for those of you guys that are aware of how Athena's shield actually works, she can absorb damage with it, and the damage that she absorbs with it will be thrown back at the enemies in burst damage when she throws it. So having more time to soak up more damage is never a bad idea if you're building her out for her shield attack. So moving 2 skills to the left, we have Invictus, which increases the defensive arc on the Aspis and increases the amount of energy absorbed from enemy attacks. So off the bat, Athena's Aspis already comes with a 90-degree defensive arc in front of her that she can block attacks with her shield. So spec 5 into 5 into Invictus will add another 90 degrees to her capable blocking radius, which is 180 degrees, and means maxed out she'll be blocking pretty much anything that faces in front of her and absorbing an extra 50% damage from enemy attacks. So it seems like it's going to be a pretty good way to gain some time to either get to cover or to regenerate your shield in the middle of a pretty heated battle, which is actually pretty cool. So we already moved to the left 2 times, and we kind of ignored in the middle here, because jammed right in the middle between Hold the Line and Invictus is Krause. Now, Krause is a skill that will give you an explosive knockback to your melee. It's kind of like, you remember when Torg told you inside the Tiny Tina DLC, punch him till he explodes. I guess you kind of get an explosive punch, just like inside of that DLC, which was actually pretty fun, and I can see that being a lot of fun, especially inside of the low-gravity atmosphere of, you know, Eplis or Elpis, whatever the fuck I think Eplis sounds better, but they've been saying Elpis, and I don't like that. So, We're gonna call it Eplis from now on. Fuck it. Eplis. And that's a 1 out of 1 skill point spec. And so are the next 2 skills. And they're called Prismatic Aegeus and Clear. So we're gonna skip down to Clear real quick, because Clear is a pretty straightforward skill, and Prismatic Aegeus actually works with another skill that's actually right next to Clear. So we're going to go ahead, take a look. Clear, it gives you the ability to revive party members that are in the range of her shield's explosion, as well as give you extra damage while in fight for your life. So it's always nice to have a character in the game that has a distance instant resurrect that you can pretty much pick up your friends without worrying about having to get all into that hairy situation. You won't want to get deep in there. Oh yeah. You have to get up in there. Get up on in there nice and deep like. So that's actually a really cool skill to be able to pick up your friends with the shield's explosion. But Prismatic Aegeus, the one that we skipped over, I want to talk about this one just for a second, because this makes it so Athena's shield can not only just absorb damage, but it absorbs elemental damage. But not only does it absorb elemental damage, it absorbs multiple elements at once and deals damage as all of the elements that her Aspis absorbs. Now, this sounds absolutely devastating, especially if you pair it with the next skill called Stalwart. Now, we've already seen this being shown off by 2K Studios. Stalwart allows you to absorb damage from friendly fire with your shield and increase your max health. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what this looks like on the screen right now. 2K's already showed this off, but 5 out of 5, this skill lets you absorb all of your friends' damage, and it increases your health by 25%, which is pretty cool. Passive, but not really, you know, the focus of this skill. What we want to look at is, if you combine this Prismatic Aegeus with Stalwart, you can theoretically have 3 friends in your game, all with different elements: shock, freeze, and fire, shooting at Athena's shield to charge it up and deliver a devastating projectile with all 3 elements damage every enemy that it hits. God damn! Once again, 2K is showing not only just some really fresh ideas, but some really awesome synergy between the different skills inside of their skill tree. So we're going to go ahead and move a little bit deeper into the Phalanx tree, and you're going to find the skill United Front, which gives her extra shield capacity, and the damage that she absorbs regenerates a small percentage of not just yours, but your teammate's shield. So I can see this working really well with Wilhelm's Divert Power and Emergency Action that we've already talked about inside of Wilhelm's Cyber Commando skill tree. So not only are we also seeing, you know, synergy within individual skill trees, but we are seeing our first bit of team skills synergizing really well together to keep Wilhelm's shield recharging and continuously looping his amazingly well-designed Cyber Commando skills. So once again, I do want to take my hat off to 2K for putting together some amazing skills that really do work together. Even before we actually get into this game, we can see that this game has a little bit of a better design, a little bit, I wouldn't say better design, I would say more careful design towards synergy and working together as a team. So we're going to move on down to the very bottom, and we have Return Fire, which gives you a chance to reflect lasers and bullets back at the enemy while still absorbing their damage to throw back. That is it's a pretty good deal. So we're going to move on to Prepare for Glory, which is actually a really cool sounding skill, because this taunts the enemy into causing them to aggro on Athena when she activates her shield. So it's kind of like Sal's Come At Me Bro, you know, where he takes his fucking guns, puts them in a holster, pulls out his fucking fingers, and gives you the nice middle finger. Ah, fuck you! And all the enemies kind of run at him. This is exactly how it's going to work. It's going to aggro the enemies onto Athena. But for every individual enemy who attacks Athena while they are taunted and aggroed on her, it causes her to gain a stack of Prepare for Glory, which max 5 out of 5 in this skill is going to give you an extra 10% weapon damage per stacks, and the stacks decay shortly after the Aspis is thrown. But knowing Borderlands, going into an area, mobbing, and fighting against some enemies, it's not hard or inconceivable to have 5 or more enemies attacking you all at once. So say if you have 5 enemies attacking your spec 5 out of 5, that's an extra 50% damage that you're going to get for Prepare to Glory stacks, and it's nothing to scoff at. Even just for a temporary boost, it'll take a extra 50% motherfucking gun damage and causing enemies to aggro on me, especially if you're playing a tanky Athena. You're gonna want the enemies to come at you to tank you, and while your other, characters inside the game are pretty much laying a smackdown from behind. Ooh, yeah. Hey! Go away! We're not getting it up in there. That's a deep black. So, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at her last and final skill, which is her capstone, and that is called Wrath of the Goddess. And this is no surprise because 2K has shown off this skill so much after it was revealed, and they have good reason to. I mean, Captain America was like pretty hot right around the time when the pre-sequel was leaked and shown really early. So basically, this skill causes your shield to hit up to 4 additional enemies once it's thrown. So it's not a useless capstone by any means. Looks very useful, especially, in this demo that we've seen already released by 2K, but it's a little predictable. It's nothing out of the ordinary, run of the mill. If you were creating, a character with a shield, you would expect to see this skill somewhere within the skill tree. So even though it's predictable and not outside of the box like 2K has been known for in the last few weeks looking at some of these skills, it looks like a pretty decent skill that's going to be viable for Athena, which, I mean, as far as skills go, as long as it looks viable and is viable in the game, cough cough, cloud kill, as long as it looks like that it's going to be something useful, I'm fine with it being in the motherfucking game. So, my name is Jay, MorninAfterKill. Make sure you guys rate, comment, subscribe. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you could leave a thumbs up on the video, I'd highly appreciate it because it gives me motivation to make more videos for you motherfuckers that watch my motherfucking videos. This was just a quick preview and breakdown of Athena's entire Phalanx skill tree, which took me quite a little bit of digging to find the last few missing skills that 2K kind of really neglected to show off. And pretty sure that's their plan. They don't want to just give it all away for free, so you want to get some of this information, you're gonna have to fucking dig. So, my name is Jay, MorninAfterKill. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna see you guys later.